Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Sunday, October 2nd, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Tennessee Titans vs Indianapolis Colts. Both of these teams finally got in the win column last weekend, which was a relief to their respective fan bases because both have underperformed, as more is expected of them. Both teams are flawed, but I think the Titans have deeper problems. Losing A.J. Brown was a huge blow, and they have very little talent at the receiver position, which hurts even more with an aging and declining quarterback. The defense has also been weak, especially against the run. I like the Colts here because they are home and they are excellent against the run, which takes away the Titans' major strength. Take the Colts here, giving up the points. Our team pick is Indianapolis minus 3.5 points. This number has dropped 2 points as this opened up at 44.5 points and has gone down ever since. It looks like both teams have improved when looking at last week, as they scored more than their season averages thus far. Matt Ryan has been doing well and looked the most comfortable in this Indianapolis Colts offense than at any point in this young season. Our total pick is over 42.5 points. Chicago Bears vs New York Giants. The Bears might have 2 wins to their name, but haven't really looked great in any of their 3 games. The opener saw weather help even the playing field, while last week saw a late miscue for Houston hand Chicago the game. The Giants have a dominant run game to control this one throughout, and with how their defense has been playing as well of late, especially on the ground, they have the ability to slow down Herbert and make sure Chicago has quick possessions. Additionally, according to Covers.com, the Bears are 1-11 in their last 12 road games against a team with a winning home record and 1-5 at TS in their last 6 games overall against a team with a winning record. Adding to that, the Bears are also 2-6 at TS in the last 8 meetings between the two teams. New York, minus 3. Even with this number so low, 2 predominantly rushing teams are going to have this clock rolling, where there will not be many total plays called. Neither offense is moving the chains as Chicago is 12 of 35, 34.29% on 3rd down attempts throughout the season and failed to convert their only 4th down attempt. Compare that to New York, who is 11 of 39, 28.21% on 3rd down tries and 2 of 3 on 4th down attempts. These teams love to run the football, as the Bears are averaging 34.7 rushing attempts per game, while the Giants are averaging 30 carries per week. Justin Fields is not going to throw the football, and Daniel Jones is going to struggle a bit as well. Both defenses have been doing pretty well as we highlighted earlier as well. Our total pick is under 39.5 points. Buffalo Bills vs Baltimore Ravens. Despite last week's loss, I still think the Bills are the best team in the NFL right now, and they should be angry heading to Baltimore. But this game won't be easy, but it will be a lot of fun. The game pits 2 of the best and most exciting quarterbacks in the league against one another, so there should be a lot of offense. The Ravens lead the NFL in points per game, while the Bills are 3rd. But here's the thing, the Ravens' defense is not very good and is terrible against the pass. They gave up 26 points and 400+ yards to an anemic Patriots offense. Imagine what Allen and company will do. The Ravens won't have enough defense to stop the Bills when they need to. Take the Bills laying the points. Our team pick is Buffalo minus 3 points. The number has dropped 4 full points since this line opened, so that should give us a little more room for comfort heading into this bet. Having Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen under center gives a lot of excitement to scoring points, but a lot of skill positions and offensive linemen are dealing with injuries and could be affected in this game. Neither team really moves on 3rd down defensively, as Buffalo's defense allows 3rd down conversions on 13 of 33 attempts, 39.39%, while Baltimore gives up 11 of 34, 32.35%, which means more punts will be in this game. Jackson is going to struggle to run the football with Buffalo's ability to eliminate the running game. Our total pick is under 51 points. Los Angeles Chargers vs Houston Texans. Dameon Pierce has been a bright spot in 3 performances. The 22-year-old rookie RB accrued 80 rushing yards last week and now has 182 rushing yards on 4 yards per carry. Brandon Cooks has been kept in check after a big game in Week 1. He brought in 22 yards last week and leads the team with 158 receiving yards. The Houston offense has scored 20 or fewer points in all 3 games. The Los Angeles Chargers have not looked good and the injuries have been piling up on both sides of the ball. They won their season opener and have since lost 2 in a row, including a disastrous 38-10 home loss to the Jaguars last week. The Texans have been competitive. They played in a 20-20 decision to the Colts in the opener and have only lost by 7 and 3 points respectively against the Broncos and Bears, with those games occurring on the road. Furthermore, the Chargers will produce in the air propelled by Justin Herbert, but the running game has been putrid. They rank last in rushing yards, and Eckler is only averaging 2.5 yards per rush. The Chargers will rely on the passing game, however the Texans have been effective in the air, holding foes to 207.7 passing yards per game, good for 11th in the NFL. The Chargers are playing without Joey Bosa, while Keenan Allen is questionable. Our team pick is Houston Texans plus 5.5 points. Last week the Chargers had a bump in the road which led to more questions about Justin Herbert's health status. The Chargers got smoked 38-10 by a Jaguars team that everyone thought they could beat. Much of this had to do with Herbert's broken ribs. Herbert has been pushing through the pain and with the help of injections, suiting up and playing through it. It did not seem as if this was the wise decision as the Chargers could not get going offensively. The Texans' offense is not high scoring and they do not have many receiving weapons. They want to keep the ball on the ground, churn up the clock and limit possessions for the high-scoring offenses they face off against. On the other side, Justin Herbert is hurt with broken ribs and the Texans are horrible against the run. I would imagine the Chargers establish the run early and try and roll with it to limit the number of dropbacks of their star quarterback. The Chargers did not look like a team that's going to put up a ton of points as long as Herbert is injured. We already know the Texans are not a high-scoring offense. QB Davis Mills is serviceable but nothing more. He threw a bad pick to lose them in the game last week. He's thrown for 662 yards, 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions this season, which certainly isn't eye-popping. Dameon Pierce has been decent and showing flashes. He is still young and has potential, but seems to be a little raw to this point. The defense has been very solid as they have only let up a max of 23 points, which came last week against the Bears. They held the Colts and Broncos in check during games they were expected to be blown out in. Before his injury, Herbert was looking extremely solid yet again. He's thrown for 910 yards and a 7-2 touchdown to interception ratio. Austin Eckler has not been able to get going on the ground yet this season and is a big part of Los Angeles' struggles. Keenan Allen has been hurt and not playing. Mike Williams only has 138 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. Star defensive end Joey Bosa is on the IR and Allen is not expected to play. The Chargers are becoming the walking winded. Not a good sign for a team that came in with Super Bowl hopes. So, give me the under in a game the Chargers should handle. Our total pick is under 44.5 points.